Hey, what's good, everybody? This is EJ,
It's your boy Kenny.
And it's Francis.
and this is the Banter 3 FC podcast. We're three friends that love the game and love talking all things football. But before we get into it, let's take a second and show some love. Today's Nigerian Independence. Shout out to my country, all my Ebos out there, Yorubas outside, and every other little
Don't
everybody else in
disrespect them.
between.
See, now he wilding.
See, this is why we get a battle rap. Every other little.
It is what it is.
Oh, my fault. Listen,
We take it on the chin. It is what it is.
It's one country, one love. It's all
Yeah,
good.
this
One
is why
country,
this is
one
why
love.
everybody's
I mean-
fighting in Nigeria because of people
Hey.
like you.
Hey, shout out to my Nigerian people out there, man. You know the
Facts.
vibes. Had to throw the jersey on Francis. You know, I'm even surprised Francis didn't wear like a Switzerland jersey today, bro.
Now
Today
you're
would have been the
chatting.
day. Today would
Yeah,
have been
now
the
you're just
day.
chatting. Let's get into it. Stop chatting.
Again,
Let's get
yo,
into
the
it.
link to the GoFundMe. Send Nigeria jerseys as well.
Alright. We'll see who's laughing in 10 minutes.
Oh,
That's fine.
boy.
Yeah, let me get mine out the way now.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, and also, we are on YouTube, so please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, all that stuff at the Banter 3 FC.
Yep.
Check us out. All right. So today, we're going to go through the three results from this weekend. A couple good ones and a rough one. And then we'll kind of give a preview. Talk a little bit about Champions League for those of us that are in it. And then any other cup
only
competitions.
one
I
team.
think Europa is tomorrow and Thursday, right?
No, next week.
Oh, next week.
Conference
week
League
on,
is
week
this
off.
week.
Yeah.
Oh, conference is this week. Okay, got
Yeah.
you. All right. So yeah, we'll talk about a little bit of those, and then we'll give a preview into next week. But yeah, where should we start today, boys? Talk to me.
We're going to start with Arsenal, man.
Yeah, let's go with
Oh,
Arsenal.
Arsenal. We'll go in chronological order. I think Arsenal and Chelsea played at the same time, so I guess I'll hop into it. 4-2 against Leicester City. I think I predicted a 3-0 win, right? For me, first half looked very, very comfortable. We scored 2 goals. Martinelli got off the mark finally, scored a nice little goal at the middle of the box. Then also got an assist to Trossard. Leandro Trossard's looking really good. And then I don't know what happened in the second half. We looked really lax going into it. I think Justin James or James Justin, whatever his name is, scored a weird deflection header goal, and then
Off
after
of
that,
Havertz.
yeah, off of Kai Havertz, and then it's funny, we'll talk about deflection off of Kai Havertz, but then he scored this worldy, that was a strike, and I promise you, I
Nasty.
put any type of money, he'll never do that again in his career.
Damn.
He'll never
With
do
respect.
that again. But hey,
a good
respect. No, respect him for taking the shot and scoring, but I don't think he can ever do that again. If you give him 100 chances to do it, I don't think he does it again. But hey, shout out to him, and I'm proud that the boys kept on fighting and tried to keep pressing. You could see by the stats at the end, we had a crazy amount of shots on target, and we just finally found a way to break through at the very end from another corner set piece goal, what we live off of. We love those. Trossard back post. I'm surprised they didn't give it to him. They try to call it an own goal, but I think he should have got it. But overall, it was a nervy one. Should have been able to win it a lot easier than we did, but I'm just happy that we got the 3 points. Little shout out to Ethan Wanieri, my boy. He looked very, very he looks at it. And I want to see him play more now. I'm excited to see what he can do later on in the season. But he looks really good from the little cameos I've been seeing from him so far. So, yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, you guys started off very, very comfortable, handling business. I mean, can you say that Leicester kind of go into the game? Not really. I would say, I feel like after that initial the initial goal, the header that got deflected, that you can kind of see where Leicester kind of started, at least kind of feeling that they had a chance to try and get themselves back into the game. And then obviously the second goal occurred, so that's when they were like, okay, yeah, we're here. I'm surprised it kind of took you guys that long to kind of score that game winner. But I mean, hey, you got it done. At the end of the day, results is all that matters. Three words. My motto: get it done. Y'all did it. You know, cardiac Arsenal, as they say, whatever it is. But y'all always are scoring these late game goals and whatnot. So y'all just did what you had to do. Got the points and move on now.
Oh, and Francis, I have to add this because I know you always have something to say about it. I want to specifically shout out Gabriel Martinelli for his performance.
Thank you.
Decisive and direct. That's all I ever asked for him. He has all the pace, works very hard defensively, but there's too much indecisiveness. This game, he was very decisive, very direct. And that's all I asked for of him. That's it.
Fair.
My take, I want to just go back to that 7:30 game. What do we always say, Francis?
7:30, big clubs is when they falter, basically.
And what game happened prior? Manchester City against Newcastle. Ended in a 1-1 draw.
Yep, classic scoreline.
That was a very, very key result because in the 90th minute, fast forward to Arsenal's game, I started thinking, here we go. Everything's set up. And why are they now tying to Leicester? It was close. You guys scored in additional time. And you got the result. But it was just after watching that Man City Newcastle game and them dropping points, I said, this is perfect. Arsenal has a game at home against a team that just came up from the championship. Granted, it's Leicester. They have some experience. But it's a team we should have taken care of. Kept it late, but you guys showed spirit. You showed fight. And eventually, 4-2 doesn't say, kind of tell the story. Because that last goal was just a weird deflection off of Havertz when Justin was trying to clear the ball. Right place, right time.
Desserts. Because that's how he got his first goal, and he returned the favor.
True. So yeah, it was a good, good way to finish the game. Yeah, you guys took the foot off the pedal, but that happens when you're comfortable against a lower tier opponent. But yeah, you got the job done. And yeah, we moved, but it was a good that you capitalized on City dropping points because we know how that goes. These points here and there come to kind of catch up to you at the end of the season. So very good result for Arsenal.
For sure. And let's move on to the next game that was going on at that same time. It's crazy that both games ended up with the same
4-2.
score. They don't. It doesn't tell. It does
not at all.
Tell the story
Not at all.
of the game.
Not at all. Chelsea Brighton. I've been thinking about this for like the last couple weeks, couple performances, and we have this four game home stretch right now. So we've already played 2 of them. We won 2 of them. We have 2 more home games on this home stretch. Brighton was going to be a major test because they were going to come in. They were coming in as one of the last undefeated teams, basically. With that being said, it's early, but I think my club is back alive again. Also with that, Robert Sanchez has never been my number 1 keeper, and I think he might be an op. Straight up. Because first goal, what on earth were you thinking for coming out the goal? You had absolutely 0 chance to get to that ball. Guy goes up, heads the ball, he gets there before you, goes in the back of net. Okay, fine, 1-0. After that, Chelsea had multiple chances to obviously, kind of tie the game. Cole had a chance, was offside. He also had another chance that he came in and just missed it barely. Then Nico made a run. Thought he was going to shoot the ball, but didn't. Assist to Cole. Cole Palmer slots it in, tied 1-1. Next was what I had mentioned to you, EJ. If you watch the whole segment of the play, Jadon Sancho with the great control the ball, good move on the defender, quick 1-2 with Enzo for the second goal, draws the penalty. Cole slots it in 2. Third goal is going to be goal of the month. I'm telling you right now. Premier League goal of the month. I'm telling you right now. Free kick. 35 yards. Boom. Literally top corner. Top corner. No chance. And then another one. Sanchez just gives the ball to freaking Brighton again on some nonsense. But whatever. 3-2. Cole comes back, saves the day basically. 4 goals for my boy Cole Palmer. And then obviously second half we kind of really actually started controlling the actual game, kind of like settled things down. We're still playing good ball, but still settling things down. Just seeing out the result basically. Overall, a lot of good performances from the players. Midfield was okay. I do want to give out shout out to Nico Jackson. Yeah, I know he didn't score, but he did have an assist, and then you could see he was getting himself in the right positions to actually make something happen. So at least he's able to, even though he doesn't score, he's still trying to like obviously have some impact on the game. So I appreciate that, respect that from him. Sancho, very good game from him. Cole is just, I tweeted it out. This man is a gem. He is a gem. But all with that being said, that's now 2. That's not what I think we've won actually like 3 in a row now. I believe 3 in a row. 3. I think 3 in a row we won now, and we move on. I'm gonna give one more. We play Nottingham Forest next. I'll leave that, but then after that we have a stretch where we play at Liverpool, home to Newcastle, at United, home to Arsenal. But you know what? That's coming down the line. For right now, let's just keep going, boys.
Kenny?
Yeah, I could go. You know, I was expecting you to just drool over Cole Palmer, but that wasn't that bad today. What I want to say is that you guys know my love for Brighton. I don't know if it was because they did have a lot of injuries, and you could tell just by the way. No, hold on. That was just a wide. I've never seen it, but that was wide open. It was just like back and forth. I think some of you guys said, yeah, this game might finish 6-6. And as ridiculous as that sounds, I was like, yeah, that's possible. Because it seemed like anyone who had the ball was going to score. Good game, good finish, or whatever from Cole Palmer. But let's talk about Chelsea's defense. It's not impressive. I'm not impressed.
I understand that. Oh, no, we know from the beginning of the season, we know our defense is where we're lacking, for sure. We understand that. Yeah. But
a different team, a stronger Brighton could have caused a lot more damage because you guys were wide open just as they were. It was just a back and forth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Brighton were unbeaten. So I think for them, that's a game where they just move on to next week. Don't really think too much of it. Like I said, they did have a lot of injuries, a lot of players that had to just come into the starting lineup.
João Pedro was hurt, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
João Pedro was
so
I
yeah,
think he's one of their best players, honestly.
Yeah. So he would have definitely made an impact on the game. But to switch over to Chelsea side, I mean, Cole Palmer, brilliant performance. I believe they said he hadn't scored a goal in Stamford Bridge all season.
And now he scores 4.
And he scores 4 in one half. So, amazing performance. That free kick was unbelievable. I'll give him his flowers. I think, when Chelsea bought him, no one, I wasn't hearing anyone saying, yeah, this is going to be no. It was just like I'm not sure about this signing. Do they really need Cole Palmer? You guys are
on deadline day too. I wasn't even.
You weren't sold.
Yeah, I know.
But hey, he's come in. He's taken charge. He's the man. Sancho looks good. He's been making an impact. Another assist again. every assist he gets just hurts hurts each and every time.
And I love to see your tears.
But anyway, but yeah, good performance by Chelsea. Again, I still want to see when that back line gets tested. I think things could get a little bit sticky. But hey, you're showing now a little bit more of that consistency that you're an attacking threat. If teams are open or they give you chances, more than likely you're going to take them and score. So that's what you want to see from a young team, and I think they're just finally building that consistency, as EJ's always talked about with young teams.
So, for me, you got the result, and that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. Cole Palmer, class. I don't have anything bad to say about him. I picked him on my fantasy team for a reason. 4 great goals. He looks really good, like I said. Jadon Sancho, I think he's playing really well as well. I think he's come into the team, and his confidence has just grown ever since he left Man U. I think it's just like playing at Man U was his issue, because even when he was at Dortmund back on loan last season, later part of last year, he looked good. And he helped Dortmund get to that Champions League final.
There's just a cloud over that club, but we'll talk about that next.
But, Francis, I'm not letting you get away with it. Sancho didn't do anything on that opportunity for the penalty. Kenny, did you watched it, right?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, he made a good play. I don't think he went crazy.
No, he got past the ball. He tried to dribble past the defender. The defender stuck him. The ball bounced off of his chest, went forward, and he passed it to someone and ran in the box and got fouled. He didn't beat 4 players and you know what I'm saying. But that assist that he gave to Cole Palmer, I think for the 4th goal,
yes,
that was a good assist. And I told you in the group chat that's a proper assist. That was a good pass. So I'm not against you or Jadon Sancho. I want him to play well. But I don't want you to be out here gassing and drooling over.
We don't do
everything.
That. We just respect our players. That's all.
Okay, all right. But so transitioning from Sancho to Sanchez, your goalkeeper, he's god awful.
We know he's a fraud.
That is a terrible goalkeeper. He will prevent you guys from winning games. He will definitely prevent you guys from winning games. I don't understand why you guys got rid of Petrovic. I don't understand, but
I don't think he's a terrible goalkeeper. He makes some very good saves. He's just not a ball-playing goalkeeper, and they want him to be a ball-playing goalkeeper.
But that's what he was supposed to be in for, being able to play with the ball.
No, hold on, Kenny. The reason why I'm saying he's a terrible goal, the first mistake had nothing to do with playing with your
That's just IQ.
That's fine.
You're too far out.
And that's the same guy. I don't know. He does a lot of suspect, questionable things.
Yeah, I can get that. But I think when it comes down to it, Sanchez will make some saves that nobody else can make. I think he's a good shot stopper. But yeah, you're right. He's prone to making some just boneheaded plays.
Yeah, yep. Mm-hmm. And yet, to speak on the result specifically, Francis, I wouldn't get too confident or too comfortable. The only reason why I say it, you got the result, which is big, but your team is wide open. I know I talked to Kenny about Man U and how their midfield looks wide open. Mm-hmm. Literally, it was a game of basketball. Dudes was running up and down the pitch. There was an opportunity to score every 2 minutes. That's not normal. In the game of football, that's not normal. You get what I'm saying? But, again, you got the result, but that game I promise you, could have, just like that, could have been 5-5.
No, I hear you. Like I said, like I mentioned earlier, I want us to get as many points as possible because that 4-game stretch that I mentioned, the Liverpool, United, Newcastle, and Arsenal, that is where I'm going to really assess what the capability of this team is. Yeah. How we go through that 4-game stretch is where I'm like, okay, let me see what we really are about.
Yeah, because the first game against City doesn't count, so it was still preseason. So.
Exactly. So technically, we're undefeated ourselves. But hey.
Makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got on Chelsea. I think the consistency thing I'm talking about. You got the result, but that drop in consistency, it's around the corner. It's coming. It's just a matter of when it's going.
DJ reminds me of Max Kellerman with the cliff with Tom Brady.
Yeah, December.
It's coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Nah, Max Kellerman, that's the worst take of all time. Max, if you're watching this, that's why they fired you from ESPN. That's why. But yeah, let's transition over to the last game of the weekend.
Prime time, Sunday, 11:30.
Oh yeah, I think it was game of the week, Sunday.
Yeah, of course, 11:30 p.m. a.m. Yeah.
Prime time, yeah. So, Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspurs. Kenny, the floor is yours.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
I want to start this conversation by saying that whoever gave Bruno Fernandes a red card needs to now sit those 3 games in which he would have sat if he didn't get that call overturned, because that is one of the most ridiculous red cards I think I've ever seen in my life. He's slipping, and even the tackle itself, if you really watch it, his studs aren't even up. He just kind of just hits him on the side. So I'm like, what's the recklessness? Besides that, that's one of the worst games, and this is to say a lot because I've seen some bad ones. That's one of the worst Manchester United games I've ever seen in my life. It's like we couldn't make a string of passes. We made Tottenham look like one of the best in possession teams
Barcelona.
In the league.
Prime Barcelona with Iniesta, Xavi, and Busquets.
Even before the red card, yeah, I think, no, the red card did change the game even worse. But even before that, we were still terrible. We were just kind of getting chances here and there on the counter. I'm not sure exactly, and I know you guys are going to get into this with ETH and the setup and this, that, and the third. For example, the first goal, Mickey van de Ven takes the ball, just want to say 60 yards, crosses it. Brendan Johnson's wide open at the back post. All you see is Diego Dalla raising his hand. Just, why are you raising your hand? Just track back. Secondly, why is a center back allowed to take the ball through our entire team? You guys want to put that on a coaching thing, but I'm always going to be, I don't know. I'm just always a person that's going to go at players because at the end of the day, if you show, I'm a player, I just want to see heart. If you show me heart, if you show me fight, I don't care how bad you are. And that's why I love Scott McTominay. What's the face for?
You don't care how bad a player is. You want to.
If I'm exaggerating.
I feel what you're saying because that's how I feel sometimes about Martinelli. He works his ass off, and that's right. No, but seriously, that's what it is. He works hard. The players that work hard, they earn your respect regardless what the performance of what they're doing on the pitch is.
Okay. Exactly. Because you can't tell me with that a player like Simon Tom, if that's happening, he's tracking back. His head's down. He's going to get that ball. You know what I mean? So certain players that you know, he'll do something. He'll do something. So the fact that can happen is just, to me, it's a player thing. It's like, where's your heart? You see a guy just taking the ball. First of all, it started with Garnacho and Rashford. Okay, you guys had a little miscommunication. The ball's gone. Track back. Rashford, you just lost the ball. Track back. Garnacho, it was first of all Garnacho's fault because he should have just went and gotten the ball. But regardless, I'm going to put this performance more on players. You're at home. You have to show heart. I don't care if ETH, again, we're not going to act like ETH is just going to say, hey guys, let's be open. No, you're professional soccer players. You know what to do. Play with some heart. Play with some fight. You can't. ETH has now won 2 trophies. Each year he's been here. He's won a trophy each year. That is not by luck, and that is not a coach that doesn't know what he's doing. You can't win the FA Cup and Carabao Cup in your first 2 years and finish third in your first season, and you tell me, oh, this coach, he doesn't know. That's not the case. He knows what he's doing. Now it's about these players implementing it. Yes, some of his tactics, especially...
Tactics.
Some of it, sometimes it could be, I think he's just more so worried about some of the personnel we have. So he plays he tries to protect them, plays a little conservative, especially with our back line. But you can't really blame him, for me, given the personnel we have. I understand why he does it. But to me, at the end of this game, it's on the players. Play with some heart, play with some fight. But you guys have the floor.
This should have been a replica of the 6-1 game where Son and Kane went off on you guys. And to think about this, this happened without Son playing at all. So just imagine this happened if he was actually playing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Werner was trash.
I'm gonna get into him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into him. As a former Chelsea player, I'll get into him. You guys just honestly, the red card really didn't even make a difference to me because you guys were literally getting slapped upside down from the jump, which is very, very, very surprising. I don't know what you guys were doing. Yeah, they were just running through you guys. They had so many chances. They could do whatever the heck they wanted to do with you guys. Garnacho did have that chance off the post, but even that didn't really do much. This was just I don't know what it is with you guys. You guys need to internally look inside and figure out what the heck is going on. Because this is Manchester United. Y'all not up to par whatsoever. Yeah, dog. I don't really feel sorry for y'all, but still, yo. Oh, and Timo Werner. Oh my days. He could have had a hat trick himself. He literally could have a hat trick himself.
Because the scoreline would have looked horrendous.
That's what I'm saying. It could have easily been 5-6-1, and one being generous to you guys.
If that was Son, all those chances.
They were back in the net.
Oh yeah,
guaranteed.
you guys have been done for. And let's actually dig into that, because I saw just before kickoff that Son wasn't playing, and I'm like, all right, Man United at home, Tottenham's best player isn't playing. I don't care. You guys should 100% win that game.
And I said that last week
100%.
too.
I don't know.
Like, and I'm only saying that because Son isn't playing. If he's playing, I think it's a lot more difficult for you guys to get a win. But without him, I think losing at home to Tottenham without their best player and captain is inexcusable.
I don't agree with that. I think they're a much better team than what you guys are giving credit for, with or without Son.
They showed me this time.
I don't think you like. I'm not saying that Tottenham suck, and I just think they are marginally better than you guys. There's not like a vast, wide open gap. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you guys are that far off from Tottenham when you look player for player wise, especially when Son is not playing. I think the quality is a lot more even if Son's not in the team. So for me, losing that game at home, especially, at least get a tie or like, you know what I'm saying?
Didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, like just from like 2-3 minutes into the game for Mickey Van de Ven to run through the field and get an assist like that, a center back, that's insane. And my issue, like, I don't think that Ten Hag is a bad coach. That's not what my thing is. I just don't understand how he was at Ajax. He had a style of play, and it was a very evident, like, everybody knows his style of play when he was at Ajax. He's not trying to transition that over to United. Like, we're not seeing any like consistent patterns of play, or like a style that's trying to be implemented. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're not seeing that. And the issue that I've talked to you guys about over the past year is, I get the players not playing with heart thing. I get that, and I agree with that, because a lot of the time I see that in the Manchester United team, and I'm like, yo, Rashford, he's not working hard. He's moping, like he's doing that whiny thing. Or Garnacho, maybe sometimes he's not tracking back or whatever. But like, if we have been talking about your team, your midfield is wide open for the past year, that you can't put that on the players. There's a tactical reason why your team is just, your midfield is just open, and that is Ten Hag's fault. Like, we can only blame the players so much, and we can only blame the coach so much. But at the end of the day, there are things that the players' faults, there's things that's the coach's fault. I think the reason why your midfield is open, and I think when we talked to Fred about it, he explained it. All of your attackers are pressing, and then everybody from defensive midfield back is dropping.
Huge gap in the middle.
Once that first pass beats that first press, first line of the press, they can just go. And that's what's been happening. As a coach, you have to literally say, no, we are either going to, as a team, we're going to sit, or as a team, we're going to press and have a high line and just take a risk. But it can't be one side of the team is doing one thing, the other side's doing it. Like, for me, that's a coaching thing, and that has to get fixed.
And yeah, and I was thinking about that, and I'm never the person. I never said, "Oh, it's just one side of the fence." It's both. Coaching staff, players, everyone is at fault here. One thing I wanted to say though, we are consistently inconsistent. That has been Manchester United for a while now. We don't know what we're gonna get. One week we're, wow, we look good. I want to go back to when we finished in third place. You remember how when the season started, you guys, the change was evident from the previous year. We started pressing, and then that's, Ronaldo, and we saw that Ronaldo really couldn't fit that pressing style that we were doing. So that season, we were very good at, wow, like we're actually pressing. And I believe, I think that was Casemiro's first year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, first year, yeah.
And that was when we're like, oh my goodness, we finally have a center defensive mid. And he was just covering all the mistakes. So I think that, and not having him be at that level anymore, is causing a lot of the issues we're seeing now. Like I said, his style of play and the way he was playing and the form he was in that first year, he covered up a lot of gaps that he basically just masked and put a Band-Aid on it. The next year was when we really opened up that Band-Aid. We're like, oh, we're not as good as what we thought we were. And now we're now trying to work at actually putting a team together to fix those holes. So that's what I say with ETH. To me, the difference was clear. He wants to press. He wants to play that type of system. But I just think that he's so scared of protecting certain players and our center. Bro, we're starting Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire.
Nah, but they haven't started these past few games.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, just in general, if we're going to talk about, it hasn't been. The type of starting lineups we've had, he's had to. I understand why he's doing that, because it's like he wants to press. Because if we don't, he's gonna get.
The personnel's not there all the way.
Exactly. So again, he could do some things to fix it. But let's keep in mind, Casemiro's older. We've seen the mistakes he's capable of. So I just think he's trying to do some type of risk mitigation. But go ahead.
So he's been there. This is year 3, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So this is year 3. So he has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 transfer windows at Manchester United. He's had 5. This past summer was the 5th one. Yeah. So Fred pointed out a lot of things to me today that I didn't even realize. So of the 11 starters, I think 6 of them Ten Hag signed. He brought to the club.
Mm-hmm.
2 he promoted to the first team permanently, and 2 he gave new contracts to. So this is essentially his team. Is that fair to say or no?
6.
He signed 6. He promoted 2 from the academy. And then he gave new contracts to 2 more. So that's 10 in total.
6 to
right?
8, 2. But, okay, go ahead. I wouldn't say it's... We have to not forget the history of what's been going on. Is he getting the play? Like, let's think about, is he really getting the players that we want? No. And it wasn't.
No. Hold on, Kenny. He wanted Onana.
Yeah.
He wanted Lissandro. He wanted De Ligt. He gave Dalot a new contract.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
No. I know, but I'm going through it. He promoted Garnacho and Maino. He brought in Anthony. What was that? What was that?
That's whatever you want to make of
Cancel that one.
Yeah.
Cancel that one.
He gave Rashford a new contract. He gave Bruno a new contract. This is his team. This is his team.
I don't know. Like,
and then he also brought in Casemiro.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This is his team.
But if you're using that to say this is his team, for example, Chelsea, Maresca, would you say this is his team?
Not yet. I mean, he just walked in literally 2 months ago.
He just got there. He's only been there for a few
2 months. 3 months, actually.
I'm only saying it because
he's had more time, way more time.
This is year 3 that
way more time. So you would think at least by year 3 that, all right, he's going to really have his imprint, player-wise, scheme-wise, on the damn club by this time.
Yeah, like that's more so what I'm trying to say. It's not like he just got there last year or, this is his first year. Mm-hmm. This is year 3 now. This is when you should start to be able to
well established.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? There's consistency there. There's familiarity there. There should be, like, patterns of play, a cohesive system that we're seeing. Even if it's not leading to results, we're seeing some. You know what I mean?
That's fair. But again, let's not and I bet Fred didn't say this stat. How many different center back combinations did we have last year?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
How many different center back or defensive combinations have we had, even the last 2 years? These things make a difference. You guys can't sit here and tell me we haven't had a chronic issue with injuries. So in terms of seeing consistency, that also plays a part. These guys have not played together in a starting core 11 for long. Dalot's not even playing his position that he was player of the year for us.
No, and so my thing is, I think he should get this year regardless. But like with the way that things are going and how the pressure's starting to mount up and the results and then the games that you guys have coming up, you should thank God, thank Jehovah Jireh himself that Bruno doesn't have to be suspended for these upcoming games, because without Bruno and how things have been going, it was not looking good, my boy.
One question I did want to ask. Did you write the question I asked you, EJ, about Rashford?
I have
Okay,
it
go ahead.
written down.
Go ahead.
So on Sunday, me and Francis, we were chatting because I think you weren't available at the time.
On holiday.
We hopped on a call. Oh yeah, peace of mind. Francis asked me a question, and I really was like, "That's a good question. Let's save it for the pod." So Kenny, what Francis wanted to ask was, it's been 3 years with Ten Hag and Rashford.
Mm-hmm.
The first year, Rashford was playing out of his mind.
Facts.
He was playing out of his skin. But we know that he has a tendency to be inconsistent from season to season, right?
Mm-hmm.
From there, it was a fall from grace. Now his performance levels are very low. He's moping around again. He looks disinterested. Is it time to sell Marcus Rashford? What are your thoughts? The people want to know.
I want to know.
Francis wants to know, Kenny.
Glad you guys are just talking behind my back. Listen here. No. It is not time to sell Marcus Rashford. Honestly, this season, so very early on in the season, I don't think he's had a bad season if you've actually watched him play. The stats may not say, good. He scored twice in whatever is it, the EFL. Mm-hmm. He's had good games, and even if he doesn't score or assist, he hasn't been as bad as he was last year, especially. So no, to answer that question, I don't think it's time to sell Marcus Rashford. Honestly, I would give it to the end of this season. If he has another season where it's Rashford, where are you? He hasn't had games like that where it's we don't even know he's there. So if this keeps going, I think the goals will come in assists this year. But if it keeps going where it's all right, we're not seeing your attitude, then by the summer, it's been great. Thank you for your service. A lot of teams will pay a lot of good money for him, and we can move on. But no, at this point, no. If you've watched the games, I think he's actually played well. He's just not getting that end goal or end assist.
I'll keep my eye on him.
Yeah, the end of this season.
Let's make sure to watch this space as things continue.
Absolutely.
Come on, Marcus, help your boy out.
He needs it.
Marcus, if you're watching,
he needs it.
I know you're always tuned in, my boy.
Well, yeah. Again, very bad result. And hopefully, you guys get it together for the sake of Eric Ten Hag's job.
I think for sure.
Yeah, I don't want to see him go, but with the pressure of United, with everything going on, wouldn't be surprised if results keep going in their position's favor. Wouldn't be surprised if he's gone by Christmas. So turn it around, boys, please.
All right, let's transition now. Let's talk about next week. Or this weekend, actually, and the game's coming up. What does the schedule look like? I'm pulling it up.
We play Sunday, so I think it's you guys
Sunday
first.
As well.
Also, it's Arsenal.
Yeah, so Arsenal plays at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Southampton at home.
Oh, Lord.
Saturday, you mean?
Saturday, sorry. Yeah, that should just be a standard 3-0. Southampton, they look like they're going to get relegated by December. They look god-awful.
Did you watch you watched the game against Burnley?
I stopped watching after the 70th minute. I was like, this is just terrible. They look bad. Jeez. And I feel so sorry for Ramsdale because we took him out the hood and we gave him right back.
Tough.
What Drake's saying, that's so
tough.
Don't make me be back to the
That's tough. Tough.
Nah.
Yeah, I feel so bad for him because he's gonna get relegated again.
Jeez, that'll be third or fourth time, right?
Yeah.
It's tough.
But it's not his fault though. It's not his fault.
He can't say he's not seeing game time. That's why his dad wanted. He got
it. Yeah. And then who's up next?
I think.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think the results going to be? Sorry.
Yeah, 4-0.
4-1. They'll just find a way to score some goal, but it'll be 4-1 probably. If it's anything,
clean sheet.
If it's anything close, boy.
I don't see it at all.
I don't either, but it better not be.
Hey, little shout out to my boy Mikel Moreno. He made his debut today. Hopefully, he does something in the game this weekend because we won today against PSG 2-0. I just want to keep this form rolling.
He couldn't wait to add that in.
Of course.
Next.
Yep. That should be Chelsea plays 9 a.m. on Sunday, home against Nottingham Forest, like I mentioned earlier. This will be game 4 of 4 from our 4-game homestand. We're rolling high right now. I want to say, obviously we can score. There's no question. I've been going back and forth. Nottingham Forest is I think they've been kind of decent a little bit so far.
Yeah, they were unbeaten. They were unbeaten because last week they played Brighton, I believe.
Brighton and tied 2-2.
Yeah. They beat Liverpool at Anfield.
Yeah, Hudson-Odoi. Shout out Hudson-Odoi for that goal. With that being said, Chelsea's home. It is Chelsea product. Exactly. I'm glad you know.
Chelsea product.
I'm glad you know. With that being said, something just tells me some nonsensical rubbish is gonna happen, but I'm gonna go 3-1.
That was 3-1. That was gonna be my prediction as well. I got Chelsea, correct?
Of course, 3-1 Chelsea.
Oh, the way you said something nonsensical might happen.
Oh no.
Yeah, I got Chelsea 3-1. I think they're hot right now. They're gonna keep just riding the wave. Cole Palmer, I think he gets a couple goals. But yeah, your defense. Actually, I changed that to 3-2. I think Forest has a very good squad. They know how to score as well. So yeah, I'll say 3-2.
Sancho will score.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Can't wait.
I'm not gonna lie.
Here you go.
And Forrest just lost to Fulham.
Here we go. You know how he is.
Francis. No. Francis, you know and I know. It's coming. You know it.
You predicted the last 3 games.
The cliff.
No, you're right.
So you just
the cliff.
Go ahead, let's hear it.
No,
2-1, Nottingham Forest.
You don't want to count the first game of the season. You don't want to count it. So it's coming. It is coming.
Let's hear your prediction.
I think this game will end up 2-2. I don't think Forest will win, but I don't think you guys will win either. I don't know. Something's coming.
When's the last time you predicted Chelsea to win a game? That's all I want to know right now.
What game did you guys have last week? Was that West
Brighton.
Ham?
West Ham, yeah.
And then what was the game before that?
Bournemouth.
I predicted you guys to win that one.
Okay.
Did you?
No.
I don't remember.
No, you didn't.
I don't remember.
It was at Bournemouth. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't. Yeah.
Okay, what was the game before that then?
Crystal Palace.
At home?
At home, Crystal Palace. And then first one was Manchester City.
I don't think you predicted.
I rest my case.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I haven't predicted
I rest my case.
The cliff.
As fellow Nigerians, we say this: you're an enemy of progress.
Oh man.
Hey yo.
So what was your prediction?
2-2, he said.
Okay. All right.
Show brace.
Okay. Dalo. Emeka. Ngwa.
Does he celebrate? Yes, he does.
No, he probably might. All right.
All right, last game. Manchester United at Villa. Let's keep this short. Away at Villa. Might I add.
Yeah. 11:30, right? Another one, right?
Yeah.
No, 9 a.m. 9 a.m.
It's
Oh, it's
9?
9 a.m. as well?
Oh, who plays
Yeah,
at
the game's going on
11:30?
at the same time. Brighton Tottenham.
Ugh. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You guys can't always have the 11:30 slot. You don't deserve
I don't want it. I don't want it. I'll make this short and sweet. I want to say 3-1 Villa, but I'll go 2-1 Villa. I just don't see us.
Hold on. Where's the faith in your team? Where's the faith? Where's the faith? No confidence in your team? Yo, look at his face, bro.
I'm a realist.
Look at his face.
I'm a realist. This is
Now you want to be a realist.
I've always been a realist.
Oh, stop.
Now I do see, because Villa plays similar to Tottenham with a high line, and seeing how we struggled against that, and now being at Villa, which is a very, very tough place to play. Yeah, I want to go 3-1, but I'll say 2-1 just because I think he'll kind of shut up shop a little bit based on how the last game went. So yeah, I'll go 2-1 Villa.
I'll take your 3-1. I'm using that.
So I'll
3-1.
take it 2-1 and I'll raise you.
Absolutely. 3-1. Honestly, I was gonna say 3-0, to be honest. I was really gonna say 3-0, but I'm like, you know what? I need my boy Ahmed to score for fantasy. So it's fine. 3-1. John Duran, boy. It's not a pretty time for you guys to be seeing John Duran.
Yeah, he didn't score last game, so yeah, he's due for one.
He's due one for sure. But 3-1 Villa handling
I'm
business.
not going to hold you. I'm going to raise you another one, Francis. I'm going 3-0 Villa.
Oof.
I'm going 3-0 Villa. Just, like, Villa look real good right now.
But they're legit. For sure, they're legit.
Did they play in Champions League today?
No, they play tomorrow.
They play Bayern Munich, right?
Not Bayern.
Oh, they
no.
play tomorrow.
Is it Bayern? No, they play tomorrow.
I'm pretty sure they play Bayern Munich. I heard. Let me check right now. I'm almost certain it's Bayern Munich.
No, they got Bologna.
Oh, Bologna? When do they play Bayern Munich then?
Oh, sorry. No, I'm so sorry. No, Tuesday.
Aston Villa. Bayern Munich tomorrow.
They do? Oh.
They play Bayern Munich tomorrow at home. Yeah.
Come on, Bayern.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Do
yeah.
us a favor.
As long as they walk away with no injuries, you guys are going to lose. Oh, no. A midweek Champions League game for a team that is new to Champions League will have an effect on them.
3-1 Villa.
You know what? No. 2-2. Draw. 2-2.
Thanks for your faith.
I'm not changing. After me putting my faith in that team last week, and you see what kind of capitulation they did last week. Yeah, all right, Manchester United, go ahead. 3-1 Villa.
Would we classify last week as a capitulation?
Oh, stop it.
Would we classify last week as a capitulation, Francis?
Ooh, that's a tough one. EJ.
Center back scoring in the first 8 minutes.
I'm almost tempted,
your
but you know
captain
what?
Getting a red card.
I'm almost tempted, but I will call it a severe fold.
How is that a fold?
Because capitulations, there's levels like I described before.
Capitulation would be ridiculous. How is that a fold?
You guys crumbled. Is that better? You guys crumbled. You crumbled.
Yeah, a fold. It means things are at stake. Like, what are we folding?
Okay, a crumble. You guys crumbled before your fans, 70,000 fans.
Where was this energy, EJ?
In the rain.
During your black day, why didn't you? Was this the fold, the capitulation?
What black day?
When you had your black last week. Where was this energy? Did you guys crumble or fold? Did you? What is that one?
What do you talk? Oh, you talking about when we tied to City?
Yeah.
Yes, last week.
We didn't lose. You guys lost.
Still, you should have won. You got a red card out of ill discipline.
We know that.
So against City, that's something at stake. So I'm thinking fold. What do you think, Francis?
You want to pass the hot seat so bad.
No, it's because
you know what? Moving forward, next week's episode, I'm coming on this podcast with that Nigerian girl that supports Man U. I'm coming on this podcast with one of her TikTok videos.
Invite her. Nonsense.
So she can come in just.
Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Looking forward to this weekend.
Indeed.
Yeah, big week. Hopefully some teams bounce back, and hopefully other teams keep the ball rolling.
Will Cole score 5?
On the next episode of Dragon Ball.
He's getting.
We move.
All right. Appreciate y'all tuning in again. Shout out to all my Nigerian people.
Happy Independence Day, man.
Shout out to Victor Boniface. He scored today in the Champions League.
Big time. Oh yeah.
Putting Nigeria on the map.
There you go.
All right. And we are on YouTube, so please show us some love. Banter 3 FC on YouTube. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that. Show us love. Until next week.
Got you, bro.
Be safe.
Know that.